Natural, you don't need to fake it, but I think I put enough in there.
I'm excited. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today is a very special day because I'm with a very special guest. This is David. He is part of the Watch Collectors company, so watchcollectors.co.uk. Today, what is going on is I am going to try and guess the value of these 15 watches right here, and David is going to tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong. And I've been told that there are some very, very special and highly collectible watches in here.
So I think we'll get the viewers a quick glimpse of the watches
Yeah,
and
go
then
on, do it.
we'll
Do
turn
it. I'm excited. There you go.
Here you go. Here we are.
Wow.
So
Okay.
you've got the basics.
Yeah.
And I told you I want to include some of
the
these
basics.
just because people might not even realise what's on top there.
Okay.
But what's your initial thought? Especially the three right there in the dead center.
Yeah, middle section right here looks, yeah, unreal. Okay, so we're gonna start bottom tier and then we're gonna work the way up, and I will say what I think the value of the watch is, and then at the end, David is gonna tell me if I was right, wrong, and how far off I was if I was wrong.
Go for it, man.
Well, I know this is an Air King.
This is a modern Air King.
They are beginning to be quite popular, right?
Yeah.
They're starting to go up in value. They've got a lot more interest.
This is a modern big size Air King.
Okay. I remember when this was like 2K, maybe 5-6 years ago. Right.
You call that the number.
Anyway, now. Okay, so I think this Air King retail on this right now, I'd say 6K.
Okay.
6K.
And then we'll move on to the 39mm Explorer.
39mm Explorer. Okay.
That has just been recently discontinued.
Yes. Okay, so this is an Explorer. Recently discontinued. I would say this is... See, I don't know the year as well. That's another thing.
So this is, I think, around 2016 or 17, this particular one. To be fair, now they didn't just discontinue the later dial, they've discontinued the whole range. So 39mm Explorer, gone.
Got you. Okay.
What do you think this is worth?
Yeah, I would say this is worth probably, I'm gonna get this so wrong, 9K. No. 7.5K. 7.5K. 7.5. Your face, you're like, you're so wrong.
You know what, just because you hit it right on the nail, I'm going to give you this right from now. You've got this absolutely spot on. You were way off with the first 9, so that's it. But 7.5K,
okay.
You're spot on.
Good,
that's
good,
the
good,
rough
good,
value
good.
of this watch. We move on here, and I've got a beautiful example for you.
Yeah.
I know everybody's talking about the Batmans and the Pepsis, but this is a ceramic GMT, of course now discontinued, on the Oyster bracelet, which they have just brought back on the current models. What do you think something like this is worth?
I would say this GMT 2008, probably like... See, it's interesting because my friend bought a GMT for 10 and a half, like last month. But I think they've gone up in value. I'd say like 11, like 11K. That's what I think, roughly 11K.
Sure. Everybody talks about the steel Daytonas, right?
They do.
And talk about the ceramic steel Daytonas, which are still in production.
Yeah.
Here is something that has been out of production for a good amount of time. This is a 90s watch.
90s watch?
Yes.
Wow.
This is a Rolex Daytona 16520. You can see the old clasp right here, even the kind of the creamy color on the sub dials, and this of course has the zenith movement.
Yeah. I would say this 90s Daytona, Zenith Daytona, 35K.
Okay, this doesn't go for 35.
Okay, don't tell me yet.
But it still has a special figure on it.
Okay, on to this one. Looks like a sub to me.
Basic ceramic sub. This is, I think, 2013 or 14.
Okay.
Rolex Submariner. Where do you think this falls?
I would say this Rolex sub is 10.5K. Maybe 11.
Okay.
On to the next one, which looks like an older model sub.
It is an older model. This is a pre-ceramic sub 16610, so it's before 2010. They did end in 2010. This one, in fact, is a V99, so it could be 2009, 2010.
Okay.
What do you think this one is worth?
Yeah, so same as the other one, still a sub, but just an older model. I would say it's interesting because it's an older model, so maybe more popular, more in demand. I'd say 12k for this. So this is where I get excited. This middle tier here, I actually now want to start actually trying them on.
Yeah, go for it.
So maybe I'll try them on at the end. But yeah, this is where I'm probably going to get the answers very wrong, because I probably, especially these middle three, I mean, I have no idea, but I'll have a good guess. So let's start with the Pepsi.
Go for it.
Right. I think this came out in 2018 only because I went to Baselworld in 2018, and I think that was the first year that it was released. I think roughly 16k.
Yeah, I mean, this is the 126 reference, so this is 126710 BLRO, and it will be BLRN for the Batgirl.
Yeah, oh, is that the Batgirl? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that because it's on Jubilee, right?
Exactly.
Right,
the Batmans would be the original ones on Oyster.
Yeah.
Again, you know what? Just because you got it spot on.
Hey.
So you said 16. I mean, we're asking 16 to 50, but it basically the rough value of this is around 16 grand. So when you get them spot on, I'm just going to say
okay, that's fine.
Because you deserve it. So get you out of your misery.
This is where my run ends, because I've never seen any of these watches in real life.
Yeah, go for it. Here we are.
I know.
Get a bit closer look.
Wow.
This is a Pave diamond dial with sapphire hour markers and a sapphire bezel, baguette bezel, and it's fully original as it left factory.
It looks, based on the clasp, it looks like quite an old watch, maybe 80s.
It wouldn't be 80s.
90s.
It wouldn't be 80s. This particular watch wouldn't be from the 80s. This design, because we've had similar design basically from the 90s with the Zenith movement, but this has the Rolex movement, so this will be 2000
Oh, is it?
plus.
I've never seen that clasp before.
Pave diamond dial, sapphire hour markers, baguette sapphire bezel.
Yeah.
What do you think this mini beast is worth?
I'm gonna go for 65k. I didn't get it right because
Let's move on.
It's good. It's loads more, isn't it?
This is a beast.
This is a beast.
All right. Again, guys, fully factory set. And I think you owe the viewers at least a close-up after we finish of this watch.
That is...
I mean, the weight of this watch is absolutely insane. This is full 18 karat yellow gold on an oyster bracelet with the diamonds running right through the center. You've got a Pave diamond dial with blue sapphire and white diamond bezel. Diamonds also on the shoulders.
It's ridiculous.
And even on the crown guards right here. I mean, it feels like I can just go on and on and on.
I don't think I couldn't ever wear it. Like, where would you wear this kind of watch? Serious question. Like, I wouldn't feel safe wearing it. I'd be hiding it all. That is so heavy.
Like I said, it's all about how responsible you are.
Try it on.
Be very careful. What's also very special about this is it's been to Rolex. It took forever to get it back during COVID, but it's been to Rolex. You can see service stickered on the side, service sealed, and just want to be careful not scratching the watch because it hasn't been worn since I sent it to service myself. So,
do you mind if I wear it?
Yeah, of course.
Try it on.
Just be as careful as you can.
I will be. Don't worry.
You can feel that heft, right?
Yeah, it's heavy.
When you take it off the cushion, you get that sense.
Yeah.
So what do you think this is worth?
Wow, it's ridiculous. I'm gonna let you take that off because I don't want to. Okay, so solid yellow gold, diamonds all over the place. It's probably 120k. Have I gone too high there?
I'm starting to think you've been on our website. This is absolutely spot on. We're asking £119,500. So basically we're asking that £500 less to make it a bit more attractive, but basically 120 grand.
Have you been on the website? Hand on heart, I've not checked. any of this.
Because I think here I'm kind of taking you out of your element, because everybody talks about these and these two, but these watches don't usually get that much
I have no
attention,
idea.
so.
These six, I've no idea.
Well, nice, you know.
That was a guess, but...
Do you want to work for us?
Deal. So, on to the next one, and it looks similar to this, but is that a Meteorite dial?
That is a Meteorite dial, correct. This one is a ruby bezel Meteorite dial, Daytona, in 18 karat white gold on a leather strap. I'll give you a quick tip how to tell the difference between Zenith and Rolex movements by just looking at the dial. You can see at 6 o'clock here you've got a sub dial that is continuously going, and that is actually your second hand. Most people think that that big hand right in the center is your second hand.
Same as this, right?
And they often have it going continuously. All they're doing is they're draining out the power. That is actually your chrono hand. On the Zenith movement, that second sub dial, which is here showing you your seconds, is actually at 9 o'clock.
What do you call it? Meteorite dial? White gold? Daytona? I would say, well, you laughed at me a little bit for when I said this one, so I probably lowballed this one. So this is probably more than that. Maybe a bit lower. White gold.
This one has a full pavé diamond dial with the sapphires. This one is a Meteorite.
This one doesn't. Okay, 100k. I just love seeing your reaction. It's either way off or it's pretty much way off, isn't it? I know this.
Not necessarily.
I know the next one.
I'll speak out when you get them spot on. When you're close, I'm just going to stay silent. Simple. Okay. This one should be fairly easy for you. Well, the modern watches are fairly easy for you, aren't they?
I think, well.
So we've got a Bat Girl. The Batman is usually on the Oyster, which actually they've just reintroduced the Oyster bracelet because they discontinued the Oyster bracelet. Where do you think this falls?
Bat Girl, knowing that they're newer than the Bat. I think similar. Maybe slightly less than the Pepsi. I'd say 14k.
Okay. I'm going to take you a little bit more on a specialist kind of thing here.
Yeah.
Please, these are names that some people would have heard of and some would have absolutely no clue. Of course, you've got the one Patek right there. Some people, trust me, don't know what Patek is. So still, even to that is a strange name to some people. But I'll take you very far from most people's elements. And this is a Lange tourbillon.
Okay.
We'll just get that going because it's been sitting in the safe. Give that a few winds here. Lange is notorious for doing one thing. Super complicated watches, yet when you look at it, it looks so simple. They're so good at creating clean dials. So here you've got basically your watch just on the 9 o'clock side. You've got the sub-second sub-dial right there. And then at, say, 4 o'clock-ish, you've got that skeleton tourbillon view. It's a very, very nice watch. Now, I've spoken very highly of this watch. Where do you think it falls?
I'd say, with absolutely no experience in this kind of world of watches, I'm taking a pure guess, but I'd say the market value of this watch now, maybe like 90k.
Well, stay silent on that one.
Stay silent. It's probably like 200k, isn't it? Yeah, the next watch I've never been able to pronounce, so I'm going to let you say it correctly.
Majority of people say Vacheron Constantin. It's actually Vacheron Constantin. But it's kind of like a French pronunciation. Put that watch in your hand and just see the heft. This is made out of platinum.
Oh, wow.
So for a watch on a leather strap, you would not imagine that weight.
It's hard to describe how heavy that is, and
you don't expect that weight.
It's on leather.
It's on a leather strap.
That's unreal.
It's insane, isn't it? Perpetual calendar, chrono, moon phase.
Yeah.
Right? That's a lot of watch packed in a
It's thick, yeah.
But to be fair, it's not the thickest watch for what it has. Pop the case back off.
Wow.
Not completely off, but and then you've got a sapphire crystal glass here.
I've never ever seen that before, where you have the option to open it up
Yeah.
That's...
Well, when you've got something so impressive, you want to show it. And this is what they've done here. To me, genuinely, this is why I put them right next to each other. Patek Philippe, Vacheron, A. Lange & Söhne, and F. Bejeweled. One of the best watchmakers in the world. Wow. I don't have an F. Bejeweled here to show you. Hopefully one day if I do, I will give you a call. But this is absolutely insane. The quality, the amount of work that goes into this. So don't make me look bad in front of my customer. How much do you think this is worth?
Oh gosh, 140k. Okay, moving on.
My customer is going to be very happy.
Onto the Patek, the last one.
Again, for a watch that is this thin and just what we refer to as head only, like it's not on a bracelet, it's on a leather strap. Feel the heft.
It looks tiny, but
it's heavy for a tiny watch.
That's a heavy watch for what it is. It's a heavy watch. I really like that. It's a really nice watch.
This is an annual calendar. You've got the date at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I really like this.
And the month and the day on either side. So what do you think something like this is worth?
I would say 70k, maybe 80. I'll go 75k.
All right.
I think of the three up here, this is my favourite. I think because it's smaller. I think the case is smaller. It's not as thick.
And this is automatic as well. And you do have the glass back, so you can see the movement and you can see that rotor on the back.
I do like it a lot. Yeah. Okay, so we have now been through all of these watches, and now it's time to find out if my value prediction is correct, which I don't think it will be, or if I'm really, really wrong. So David, should we start with the Air King?
We'll start with the Air King.
I said 6.
You said 6, you're not that far off. You'd expect to pay something around the 6.5 and so 6.2, depending who the...
So it's kind of right.
Then you've got the Explorer. You've guessed 7.5, and 7.5 is kind of what it's going for in the market now.
Got it.
A ceramic GMT, full set, with the stickers on it. Again, you weren't that far off. What did you say?
I said 11.
You said 11. You'd be expecting to pay somewhere around the 12, 12.5 in that condition. The Zenith Daytona, you said a whopping 35k.
Oh, is that really wrong? You're gonna tell me like...
You know, eventually it will get there.
Okay.
But as of now, you're talking about mid-20s.
Okay.
With the A serial, you know, you could be 26, 27. Moving on. Submariner. What did we say here?
I think I said 10.5.
Well, you would expect to pay somewhere around the 10.5. I think you actually could have said 10.5. Then moving on to the engraved pre-ceramic.
I said 12 for this one.
I see.
I said more for this.
So again, you'd expect to pay, depending on where you're buying them, somewhere around 10.5.
Okay.
11 grand. Then we move on to the beloved
Pepsi
ceramic.
I said 16 for this.
Yeah, we did it.
Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're asking, I think, 16,250. So
that was it.
We're not far on this one.
And this is where I start to go downhill massively, right?
Yes, you said 65, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, you were only about 20k off. So
85?
You'd expect to pay somewhere around 85, 90 grand for a watch like this.
Wow.
This one you got spot on. You'd expect to pay somewhere around
120.
the 120 grand. Where are we now? We move on to this. What did you say?
How much was this one?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you'd expect as well to pay somewhere around the 85, 90 grand.
Similar.
So they're very similar prices.
Interesting.
Considering it's
you tricked me with this because you just mentioned the diamonds on this, so I thought okay, it's gonna be less. But
I'll tell you exactly where I tricked you.
Yeah.
Where did you say the Batgirl was?
I think I said 14.
You're not far off. Somewhere around the 13.5, 14k is what a watch like this would go for right now, unworn. Now, where I tricked you is I put these watches in the center, and I put these watches on the top.
You've got me.
It's not exactly. You're not way off.
The Patek. What did I say?
You said 100 and.
Did I say 140? No.
You said 140.
No, I didn't say it.
Yes, you did.
That's stupid. Why?
A watch like this would go somewhere around 21 to 23 grand on the second-hand market. The Vacheron. Where are we on this?
I can't remember. I think I said like.
I said 100 something.
It was about 120 or something stupid. It's gonna be like 25.
Okay, I don't want you to feel very stupid on this one, because actually, a watch like this, although it looks like a 140 grand watch or a 150 grand watch, and the quality is out there, a watch like this, Vacheron, second-hand, perpetual calendar, moon phase, in platinum.
Oh, good platinum, yeah, go on.
Would go in the mid-40s.
That's such a good price.
That's such a good price for what you actually get.
Yeah.
We'll move on to the Lange.
Last one.
You would get a watch like this for around £65,000 in this condition, like perfect condition.
So the total value of all of these watches right here is just under £550,000, which could get you a house in London, a very nice house in London, or a mansion in the north of England, I'm sure. Wow, that's insane.
And the nice thing about this stuff is easily liquid. It's not like selling a house. You could probably sell this in a day.
All of this in a day?
I can make a few phone calls right now and probably have, I can probably have all of them sold in 10 minutes.
That's ridiculous.
Of course, if I'm willing to sell at a much cheaper price, just quick money, I can probably liquidate all the stuff in 10 minutes on WhatsApp.
Wow. Well, there you have it, guys. Turns out Phil is not that good at guessing the value of watches. Well, maybe some.
I don't think you did too bad. I mean, come on, 120k.
To be fair,
I took you right out of your element.
I should get to keep this watch, right? Yes.
Sure.
Because I get another joke. But yeah, no, it's been awesome. I really appreciate you letting me come.
You're welcome.
Like David said before, if you want to go check out the watches, you can find the watches on watchcollectors.co.uk. Do check them out. I'll put the link in the description. If you have any questions for David, I'm sure there'll be a way to get in touch, maybe.
Yeah, sure. Just email us, info@watchcollectors.co.uk, and either me or one of our guys will get back to you.
Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.